water, earth, fire, air. Sounds familiar? Midori Draws Avatar, The Last Airbender, produced by Nickelodeon's animation studio and was released between 2005 to 2008. Avatar, The Last Airbender is an American animated fantasy action created by Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. The story focuses on Aang, the last airbender in a world where humans have the ability to control the four elements, which is called bending, inspired by Chinese martial arts. An avatar is widely known to be able to control the four elements and maintain the harmony among the four nations, and Aang is the last airbender among his nation. Aang sets out on a journey as the Avatar along with Katara and Sokka, meeting friends and enemies along the way. The story also focuses on how the Fire Nation came to be, as well as the exiled Prince Zuko, who seeks the honor of his nation and father, Lord Ozai, by bringing the Avatar. It consists of 61 episodes and 3 seasons, and now has a live-action adaptation in Netflix. It also has a continuation of the series published in comics, which is now available in Webtoon. Before I move forward with my review, I'd like to make it clear that I haven't watched the live action yet. So I'm not here to do a comparison with the animated series and the live action because most of the times, they're not worth comparing. The protagonist and his gang each made an impact to me. Along with the elements that they're bending, it somehow matches their personalities. Aang, as the Avatar and the Airbender, keeps the balance in all the elements. Though reckless and immature at times, he is still a 12-year-old, plus the 100 years he spent on the iceberg deep inside. Katara could be calm and composed, similar to water. She usually keeps the gang together whenever they go out and act like their age, in which they're supposed to. But because of the war, that they had to be responsible and mature with all the decisions they make. Sokka, who is a non-bender, is the brain of the group. Somehow, I think he has more air in him as he could be smug at times. He is like a bright sun of the group who lightens up the mood without trying, something his sister didn't have. Toph is honest and stubborn, similar to Earth, which is why she is my favorite female character. I loved how she is seen by her parents as a frail princess rather than a small but strong girl. Zuko is a hot-headed prince of the Fire Nation and is very similar to My Hero Academia's Shoto Todoroki, who is also my favorite male character. So you guessed it, Zuko is my favorite male character in the series. Besides the same scar on their faces that was caused by both their fathers, Zuko also came from a dysfunctional family, with his mother and his uncle to be the ones who truly loves and cares for him. What I truly loved about his character is his difference from his father and his sister. Although slow, he was able to tell which was right and wrong. If his Uncle Iroh wasn't there for him at most times, he would probably have been filled with hate and would be an exact replica of his own father, in which I'm afraid of seeing in the webcomic I'm reading in Webtoon. I believe Azula seems to be a narcissist. As there was no fact to this in the Avatar fandom page, this is just my opinion because she was able to continuously lie to her brother, manipulate him and her friends with her words, and does not show any form of remorse or empathy towards anyone. Early access of Midori Draws is available in My Coffee. Just go to coffee.com/LadyMidori and go to my tip jar. You can choose two options. One is to give a one-time payment, or two is to choose a monthly subscription for me to continue making contents like this. Other than the early access, your reward includes full high-resolution image of the fan art featured in this episode. Did you like a previous fan art I featured in one of my YouTube videos? No worries. Head over to My Coffee and send me a message which fan art you wish to purchase in my coffee shop. I will create a customized version for you to purchase. Now let's get back to the video. For an animated series, this is like the complete package as there is some slice of life like the war, drama of losing someone you care about, comedy when things get tough, and fantasy of having to bend the elements but not everyone is gifted to be one. It showed me that there are both sides of a hero and a villain. A hero, similar to Katara and Sokka's family background, were grown in a family filled with love and support. Though losing their mother was what drove Katara to go on a journey and help with maintaining the peace to all four nations, it did not make her vengeful. There was an episode that she got to find out who hurt her dearest mother, but at the end of the day, she could not do what she wanted to do as this would not bring her mother back. A villain like Zuko, where he belonged to a dysfunctional family which consists of a loving mother and uncle, a narcissistic sister, and an ambitious father added to Zuko's confusion to his path. Like Katara and Sokka, he also lost his mother, which added fuel to the fire. Although his uncle did not dictate what Zuko should do when Iroh was in prison, he knew that his nephew would find a way on his own. What I disliked about the series. were the relationships with the characters' partners, plus lots of kissing scenes that I felt like cringe most of the times. Now, hear me out before you come lashing at me in the comment section. Maybe if I had watched this as a kid, I would find it cute, but I guess because they are under teens, they are at that age where kiss was just something normal in their age and time. First, I find that Sokka was able to move forward after the princess passing and quickly fell in love with Suki. I get that they met on a journey and the first time, but barely had any time together to kiss and do something more. I remember an episode where Zuko was trying to be in their gang and Sokka had a tent prepared for him and Suki. And he had the rose on his lips. Like, what was he thinking doing with Suki in there? If Zuko didn't come in, what could have happened? I mean, who knows, right? And Zuko and Mai's relationship seems a bit forced as Zuko never really paid attention to Mai until he restored his honor. I know Mai already has a crush on him even if he didn't restore his honor, but I really don't see him paying much attention to her. Also, I can tell that Toph had something for Sokka, so yeah, it was just left there. Besides that, did Toph's parents just stop searching for their daughter? I'm not sure if this was shown on future episodes in Legend of Korra or The Promise, so I'd have to figure that out. My favorite parts of the series were when Zuko is slowly realizing his mistakes and awkwardly approaches the gang and tries so hard to talk to them normally without getting angry. And when the gang was in the Fire Nation and they had to change their outfits to blend in, the four of them looked cute in their Fire Nation look. Rate 4.8 over 5. The couple relationships got me. I'm sorry, it's just cringe for me and everything was fast-paced. With Katara and Aang, I understand since they have been together ever since the beginning. But with the rest of the characters like Sokka's relationship with the other girls or Zuko's relationship with Mai is just questionable. I do ship them with their partners though. I just wanted to have a deeper relationship other than kissing. Though Mai was able to open her eyes when she betrayed Azula and let Zuko go, I think that was what tugged my heartstrings, that somehow she understood Zuko. They have a complex relationship, so I hope he doesn't end up having a toxic one like his father. Is Avatar The Last Airbender worth watching? For me, if you like the animation with a mix of adventure and fantasy, even as an adult, or if you have your own kids, you and your family will enjoy watching it. Avatar will make you laugh and cry along with the characters. Actually, I'm debating whether I'd be drawing all of the gang in this video, but that would take a lot of time and probably I'd run out of things to say, so I just decided to go with my favorite female character, Toph Beifong. When I first saw Toph, I already admired her impressive skills as an earthbender during the match. It was so cool she was the blind bandit and at the same time the princess of the Beifong family. Obviously, her parents see her as a frail princess, which makes it funny because she's quite the opposite. She even had to act one when around her family, so joining Ang and the group on their journey to restore harmony among the four nations made her feel free for the first time. The gang did not warm up to her right away. Toph and Katara's banter were amusing and it made me feel like Toph was acting entitled. But I believe that Toph was used to being independent, that she didn't think through that she had to do those things when in a group. Katara also had a point about helping out since it's only common decency to take turns doing errands or chores when you are living or traveling with a group. But of course, they are all just kids and Toph never hung out with a group before, so it's all new to her. She also became Aang's teacher in earthbending. I find it admirable that she also learned her earthbending not from a human master but from badger moles and metal bending when she was stuck inside a metal cage of her kidnappers, who were hired by her parents. In the Avatar The Last Airbender The Promise, Toph owned Beifong Metal Bending Academy after the 100-Year War. I'm still reading this part on Webtoon, and as mentioned earlier, I haven't watched the Netflix version yet as it only had 8 episodes. But I think the costume or effects may be promising based on the trailer itself. I wanted to mention how Katara and Sokka seemed whitewashed, but then again, we're going to get back to the Little Mermaid live-action controversy, which also focuses on that. I get that some fans wanted the live-action to stay true because color is important. My point is, the movie already failed at showing this, so maybe the fans were somehow expecting similar to the series. To be honest, I've watched the movie first and find it amazing because I haven't watched the series yet. So yes, I have literally no idea what I was watching during that time and what Avatar The Last Airbender is all about. And now that I've watched the animated series, I'm excited to watch the live action and see the live action Toph. How about you? What do you think of Avatar The Last Airbender? Did you watch it as a kid or as a teen or an adult? Comment your thoughts below. If you had bending capabilities, what element would you like to bend? For me, I'm thinking of air because it seemed to blend with other elements. But I wouldn't like to be a monk because most of the air nomads are monks, so I'd probably be an earthbender instead and be free. Do you have a series or a movie you want me to give a review to? Send in your ideas in the comment section below or respond to my next poll. And here's the final version of how I see Toph. You might see that I've made some changes with her hairstyle and her outfit. See you in my next video.